The Subungual melanoma guide. You have some black spots under your toenail. Probably not this bad, but let's talk about when you should worry and when you shouldn't worry. There's about four main causes of black toenails. I'll just go over them briefly. If you want more, go to DetroitFootPain.com and there's video guides on each of these. But if you have kind of a green stain after you're working in dirty pond water, some water, like whatever, and you have a green blotch like this, you might have what's called a Pseudomonas nail. That's a bacteria. You can be taken care of it. It thrives in water and oxygen. If you have some bleeding, a toe kind of like that, if you run, if you're on your feet like 12 hours a day in tight shoes, you were overworking your feet, this is what's called jogger's toe or maybe a traumatic nail injury. If your nail kind of looks greenish, a little bit of black pigment, but it's been there for a long time, the nail's like thick, deformed, then you may have fungal nails. They can be blackish green, yellowish. But if you have a big long streak, your nails deformed, bleeding, ulcerated, anything like that, this is when you have to worry. You may have a subungual melanoma. What is that? Subungual melanoma is basically a cancerous mole underneath your nail. Now, don't worry, you're probably safe if it's under 3 millimeters in width. If it's a uniform streak, and it's, for example, it's not getting wider the closer it gets, that means the melanoma is getting larger. It doesn't invade the skin, so you don't have a black patch around your skin. If there's no bleeding or cracking, you're probably safe if the nail generally looks normal. So if your nail kind of looks like this, you have a tiny little streak, it's not really invading the actual skin around here. This is an African American individual, so it kind of looks like it, but it's not bad. You're probably safe. But just in case, if you're worried, it always helps to see a doctor. You shouldn't trust some guy on the internet, me, who hasn't seen your nail because, yours might look different to me than it does to you. This is when you definitely should worry, though. If it's more than 3 millimeters in width, that previous one was very thin, but I'll show you some thicker ones. If it's non-uniform, like if it's expanding in size, oval as it grows, if it's invading the skin, if it's bloody, if it looks like there's a wart or an ulcer underneath your nail, or if there's a big mass, even if it's not black. So if you have something like this, if there's blood coming out the bottom, if it's invading the skin, that's when you should start worrying. But again, if you want to be safe, the only way to check is to go to a doctor, get a skin tissue biopsy, which is quick and easy.
Do not try any of this at home alone without supervision. This is presented by Michigan Foot Doctors. If you think our information helped you, give us a thumbs up and come visit the site for even more.